Hi, Michael Buffer here, and you are watching Lights Out.
This is Faisal for Lights Out, proudly sponsored by Spartans Law. I'm honoured, delighted and privileged to be joined by Hall of Fame ring promoter Michael Buffer. Michael, good evening, how are you doing?
I'm well, thank you. You?
I'm very well, thank you. I'm very well, thank you. Michael, anything interesting going on in the combat sports world? You always seem, anything interesting going on in the combat sports world, you always seem to be there. I've noticed you've attended a few Misfit shows, but this has to be by far one of the biggest. Give me a prediction for tomorrow night, KSI and Joe Fournier.
It's a tough one to predict because, we look at these fights and you see, like, people say, like, Buffer, why are you doing this influencers boxing? And I'll tell you, the real main reason is it's going to be a sold-out OVO arena. There's a fan base, there's a following, it's broadcast live on DAZN, pay-per-view, and there are millions around the world that are familiar with these two guys, and they love this action, and it helps us bring in young people that are going to appreciate the sport of boxing. The card top to bottom is entertaining. I don't know if this is like the best weigh-in I've ever been to, but it's one of the most enjoyable ones. You can't deny that.
I know I've only got you for a few minutes, so I'm going to have to get as much out of you as possible. You were very fortunate enough to have been around the time when we had Mike Tyson, Lennox Lewis, Evander Holyfield, Riddick Bowe. We've got a very, very good heavyweight division right now, but we're not seeing the best fight in the best. Now, there's a rumor about a potential heavyweight tournament in Saudi Arabia. Fury versus Usyk, Joshua versus Wilder, hopefully all in one night. One, will it happen? And two, if it does, who leaves with all the marbles?
From what you just said and from what I just heard from our buddy Derek just like a few minutes ago, a lot of this is new to me, and it's in the rumor stage. It sounds fantastic. It would be like a mega boxing event, and if it happens, man, I'll be so glad. Because what we all want is to have that one undisputed heavyweight world champion. The whole sport of boxing falls under the umbrella of the heavyweight championship. And we want that one guy, no matter who it's going to be. Everybody in the world wants to know who the world heavyweight champion is. So let's see this all develop, and maybe the end result will be an undisputed world heavyweight champion.
One final question before I let you go, because I know you're obviously short for time. Canelo fought last weekend. Tank Davis, Ryan Garcia was the week before that. A lot of people are saying Tank is the #1 man in boxing. A lot of people are saying that Canelo's the #1 man in boxing. You've been around the sport for a very long time. Who is the face of boxing right now?
I thought he looked fantastic. Spence is fantastic. Bud is a great fighter. I mean, we've got probably 4 or 5 guys that all could lay claim to being the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world. But, Canelo, without a doubt, his body of work over the last 5-6 years really puts him, like a lot of people think, to the forefront. But the rematch I think the world really would like to see is Bivol and Canelo again in the ring. I think that would be the match we want to see.
Michael Buffer, pleasure as always. Thank you very much for your time. Enjoy the rest of your stay, and we look forward to speaking to you tomorrow night.
See you again. Thank you. Cheers.
Thank you.